The abdominal crunch has been a staple in the fitness industry for quite some time now. Understanding why we do this, how it works, and a little bit of the science behind it is going to be very, very important as far as really maximizing the benefits you'll get from it. First of all, the abdominal crunch is designed to isolate the rectus abdominis. Now this is the upper portion of the abdominal area. It's what pulls your body toward your hips and closes that joint. When your legs are not held down, the larger muscles in the legs, called the rectus femoris, do not come into play. So a typical sit-up will use the muscles there on the legs, that rectus femoris. Those are big, powerful muscles to be able to pull the body forward. If the rectus abdominis, or the upper part that we're going to work on through the crunch, is not strong enough, it can't support the body. Thus, you have a little bit of an arc in the back, placing a ton of stress on the lower back. This is why we say sit-ups are not good. We don't want to do them with our feet held down because, again, the rectus femoris comes into play and the rectus abdominis doesn't have the chance to really strengthen. Now, where it's important is also the rectus abdominis is going to offset the strength of those muscles in the lower back. So when you have two opposing groups on each side of the body working, they've got to be in a good balance with each other to support and stabilize the body. So when we do the crunch, the idea here is to contract that rectus abdominis as much as possible. It won't contract very far. It won't pull your body that far forward. But we do it as much as we can and get it as tight as possible. One of the things I've learned over the years that really helps with that, and we should always be doing this anyway, is exhaling as we exert, but exhale forcefully on the exertion phase. So when you're curling forward and you're pulling your body forward, exhale. That's going to tighten up those abdominals, make them work a little bit harder, and give you a lot more work out of it. So hopefully this helps you understand the abdominal crunch a little bit more. In the following, you're going to see the different variations I put on there and how to go from a beginning abdominal crunch to one that's more of a master level. The abdominal crunch is one of the most basic abdominal exercises you can do. We're going to be doing it today with our hands behind our head. Now this is where you want to start. When you're first learning the crunch, make sure you do this. It's important because it'll help support your head. Our heads weigh 10, 11, 12 pounds, so it's a good amount of weight to be trying to support with our necks. And if you're not supporting with the muscles, then the pressure gets put on the vertebra and we start having neck problems. When you do the crunch, make very sure when you're not pulling with your hands, all you're doing is supporting the head with the hands. The second tip, when you come up, squeeze and exhale forcefully. You'll feel more work in the abdominals. You'll start developing that six-pack look when you do this. And so visualize that. Make sure you feel it. Get through a full range of motion, good controlled movements. The abdominal crunch goes to the next level when we extend our arms up in the air, taking the hands from behind the head and starting to reach. What you'll notice here is, again, it's a very, very short movement. I forcefully exhale, contracting the abdominals to get that really, really tight squeeze. And as I reach, I'm reaching toward the ceiling. I'm not reaching out in front and using my arms to create a little bit of momentum. So we want to reach up, squeeze, lower back down. So again, you can see my arms are extended toward the ceiling. I'm going to curl forward and exhale. Nice slow movement. Now the abdominal crunch with weight, all we're going to do is we're going to take it from the arm extended position and we're going to add a weight. You can use dumbbells, you can use a medicine ball, you can use free weights. It doesn't really matter. Any type of resistance that you can create. Even a gallon milk jug full of water is going to add a little bit more. What this does, it makes the muscles work as a muscle and helps strengthen them, and continually you can increase that resistance over time and make the muscles stronger and stronger. Now I'm going to use a 25-pound weight today, but in my own training I do use a lot more. My muscles have gotten extremely strong by doing this movement, so I highly encourage it. Now same thing, the weight is up overhead. I'm going to be pushing toward the ceiling, small movement, forceful exhalation, and contract. And again, we want to avoid this rocking, which will actually help pull your body up. Think about pushing toward the ceiling, straight up above your head. And that's the abdominal crunch with weight. We're going to do the abdominal crunch on the Bosu ball. Now, getting on the Bosu ball is going to create a position of not having a lot of good stable support. The body's going to want to move really, really good as far as strengthening the core, and again, taking that crunch to another level. When we do this, we want to sit on the front edge of the Bosu ball. We're going to lean back slightly and pull back up. The important piece here is keeping your body curled forward through the entire time. So the pivoting is done at the hips, at the pelvis. The other thing is always maintaining resistance on the abdominals. You don't want to get to a point where they've relaxed as you come up. So first thing, we'll position on the Bosu ball, feet out, arms across the chest. Now right here, there's tension on my abdominals. This is about as high as I want to go up. So I'm going to lean back. And again, very short movement. Curling forward and exhaling hard. Now, doing the abdominal crunch on the Bosu ball with weight. Same position on the front edge of the ball. Same movement, very, very small. Only difference is we're going to hold a weight on our chest to increase a little bit more resistance, making those abdominals get a little bit stronger. So again, position yourself on the front edge of the ball. We're going to grab our weight, bring it up, set it on the chest, go backwards, and again, keep that resistance. Curling forward